Hello. Welcome back to the Beta Weekly Dip Review. We apologize for our lateness of the videos. Some of us were terminally ill last week.
It's week 3 and 4 compilation.
So this week, we thought we'd really entertain you by finding the absolute crappiest dip we could find, and I believe we have more than succeeded.
I think that I tried to find a crappy dip, and you really you outgunned me on this one. Though I haven't tried it. Let's see what we've got in right now.
So this is going to be a twofer. So this is a good one to watch when you're constipated. This is Timberwolf Fine Cut Natural.
It's really bad.
So it's not a long cut, so it is probably the hardest thing on the face of the planet to pack. Like literally, it is. Look at my hands. I mean, it's like coffee grounds.
It is absolutely coffee grounds. Actually, one time last year we were doing this thing, and there were all these coffee grounds in this coffee maker in the school, and we dared some kid to try to put a dip in of it, and he just swallowed them all. It's kind of irrelevant, but that's exactly what this is.
I mean, it is just absolute crap. I don't know if you can see, but we couldn't even pack it.
It shows up a lot darker on the camera than I think it is.
Yeah,
it's actually really light.
It is not that dark. It is like a light brown, like a soft poo, you know?
Soft.
Yeah, so it's very light brown, dry, like dry. Like there is absolutely no moisture in this can whatsoever.
That's true. And furthermore, take a look at this really sexy can. That, plastic. Ladies and gents, is 100% plastic. 100%. So, we're talking about this.
Plastic produces a decent sound. Not gonna lie.
That's actually a pretty decent sound.
It's a thick sound, but it's not a dip sound.
Mm-hmm.
No, a dip sound's your finger slapping the metal, not plastic.
And after you slap a good good metal dip can for a while, your finger should be sore and bruised.
Yeah.
My finger actually feels better than before I slapped it.
This is almost therapeutic.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
In a bad way.
In a horrible way. No, so I'm getting absolutely no flavor from this.
No flavor at all.
In the slightest. It's literally just something sitting in my lip at this point.
It is really just sitting there. It's not moving. It's pretty stationary.
Well, yeah, I have a tiny lip in because I couldn't
get
any in my lip. Like, this is something you almost have to get, like, a spoon and shovel it into your lip.
What I've seen is when people take the dip out, they'll put it in their hand, and then kind of cup it up a little bit. But I was like, I don't need to do that. Tried to grab it, and my fingers just went together. It all fell right through like I was trying to grip a handful of sand.
And you need, like, a funnel.
You need a funnel.
This is, honestly, I've been trying to suck a little bit of flavor out of this, and you can't. It's like the tobacco will not moisten up.
I hate this dip.
I was talking to my dad when I bought this, and I go, yeah, I got our new weekly dip review, and he's like, what'd you get? I'm like, Timberwolf, and he's like, oh, get ready to dip the worst shit of your life. Wasn't lying.
He was right. I've actually never dipped Timberwolf before, and I didn't imagine I'd be so disappointed.
I didn't even know there was such thing as Timberwolf before yesterday. So
what I remember the can being, though, I don't remember it looking like this. I remember, I've seen it before, and it was, a lot cooler than this can, so I think that they've gone down in many ways.
Well, I think it's because they're not selling because it's so horrible.
It really is. And rightfully so if they're not selling, because I do not enjoy this product.
Okay.
Nor would I recommend it.
If you were to compare this to Tough Guy Lemon, how would you compare it?
Well, we compared it on a few different aspects. I cannot compare it on flavor because it has no flavor.
I've gotten a very slight hint of nothing.
Exactly. So, actually, I'm dipping Tough Guy Lemon over this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
No, we said Tough Guy Lemon was an experience. No. Compared to this, Tough Guy Lemon is a daily dip.
I can see, some old guy in the Wild West dipping this shit every day, though.
But throwing the entire can in his mouth at once.
He gets the can, takes the top off, opens the lip, just right in.
I wonder if that's how you're supposed to pack these lips.
Maybe so. And when we opened it, we could see it was dry.
Yeah.
We're like, oh.
It's like, how you get the can and you leave it in your glove compartment for 3 months, and then you forget you have it, and then you find it again, you open it, and it's just bone dry. That's what this was like, straight off the shelf. So I don't know. It says right here on the side, it says Timberwolf Snuff. To me, snuff is shit you snort.
Let's try to snort it then.
Hell no.
Yeah, this is really bad. I hate it. This is like...
Every time you try to suck, it all expands through your bottom lip, and then you end up spitting out half your lip.
This is like, to me, this is like a third grader's toy dip, you know? Like the kind of dip can, you know, you get for your little third grade son or whatever. When you're just teaching him how to dip, you get him this can, and it's like a soft plastic. He's not gonna harm himself with the can, obviously.
Like with the normal cans, you can cut yourself, you know, because it's metal.
Yeah. So you wouldn't want to give your third grader a metal can. So you get him like a Timberwolf dip or something like that. He can throw in a little dip.
This is a safety redneck toy right here.
Safety redneck dip right here.
There's only one thing I could see this being good for. If you're trying to never, ever, ever dip again, you dip this. Because it's so frustrating to dip. You don't want to dip anymore.
I just think it's kind of gross.
Yeah,
I just don't find anything good about it.
No, there's nothing good about this. I have nothing positive to say about this dip.
Let's go back to our others. We're talking the Grizzly and then the Tough Guy. We found positives in both of those. Because, you know, we're positive people. Obviously.
Yeah. The Grizzly killed me.
Which is cool. And it says explore the dark. That's badass.
Didn't have a horrible taste. Tough Guy Lemon was good to keep in the lip. I mean,
it was kind of like a cool, weird dip, you know. It wasn't good, but it was like
it was like an exotic dip almost.
It's an exotic dip.
Yeah. So
this is the opposite of exotic.
I don't know. You said that the Tough Guy. You said that the tobacco quality was so shitty.
It was terrible quality.
It was definitely farmed by illegals. Well, then who farmed this?
Frenchmen. Lack of skill.
Cheese-eating surrender monkeys.
That's right. Okay, Tommy, I'm ready to take this out.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah.
To the next
All right, so we're going to take this out, and we're going to move on to our second dip of the week.
And we're back. This dip reminds me a lot of my childhood. Not in that I dipped this in my childhood, but I did consume flavored medicines that tasted a lot like this dip and smelled a lot like it too.
Smelled a lot like this dip. I don't know, but after that wolf, this tastes like heaven.
This is actually a lot better than that. We are dipping now Skoal cherry. One of the weirdest things, like this is just really strange, and actually the color of the can is not even the color of a cherry, I don't think.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit, like the edges, the darkness. I mean, it depends what kind of cherry we're talking about.
I'm talking about a Bing cherry, of course.
Yeah, okay. All right. So, my first impression is when we opened the can was the absolute
huge first impression.
Hit of cherry you just smelled from just opening the can. It was like the Tough Guy Lemon.
I think it was a lot more potent than that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a terrible smell.
But it was a surprising smell.
I did not imagine it'd be that strong. Mm-hmm. Opened it, we were looking at it for a second, then I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
The hell was that?
Hit us quick.
It's like a raccoon. Got me. But it's not a terrible smell. Of course, raccoons smell good too.
It's surprising. We opened up the can and we noticed there were kind of some discoloration throughout the dip. Around the edges was very light brown, kind of like the wolf, but in the middle was dark.
It's a darker brown. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't like a uniform, it got darker as it goes to the middle.
Mm-mm.
It was
spots, just little tiny.
I doubt you
packed it.
Yeah, I mean it's still there though. I can't really see it.
No.
But the cut is long cut.
But it's not. It's like a short long cut.
It's a shorter long cut. A lot longer than whatever the hell we just dipped there in the tobacco, coffee shit. Not
as long as a normal Copenhagen. To me, Skoal is a poor man's Cope.
I see that.
I don't know what. This is just an odd flavor. I've never dipped a fruit flavor before, so I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like cherries.
A little bit.
Like organic cherry, like regular cherries that were once alive or that are alive. It tastes like a medicine cherry.
Yeah, it's definitely like drinking cough syrup that's cherry flavored. How it has that weird kind of aroma to it.
But it does interest me. If I was really, really bored, this may be a dip I go to
Yeah,
because it's interesting.
it's a very interesting dip. It has I don't know. I like this short long cut kind of.
I don't mind it. Yeah, it's staying in my lip just fine.
Mm-mm.
Pack's okay.
Pack's
Pack's okay.
yeah, fair. Fair. I give it a 5 out of 10 on packability. Can sounds nice because it's a normal metal can.
That's the sound I'm looking for there.
Yeah. That is I don't know if any of y'all have dipped Skoal before. This is my first experience with Skoal. Pleasantly surprised actually, but you can definitely tell that it's not a Copenhagen.
Yeah. I don't know what to think about this one because to me the flavor in the mouth isn't that strong.
No, the smell is very misleading.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
Unlike well, I guess the same was with the Tough Guy. When we took it in, it smelled horrible. We put it in, and it didn't taste at all. So, I mean, we might have to wait a few minutes.
We may have to.
We've had it in for about 5-10 minutes now.
I cannot imagine that this would give, a fairly new dipper much of a buzz. Maybe it does. I'm not sure, but
Yeah, no.
it seems like a pretty lighthearted dip,
Mhm.
kind of like your Disney movie versus, say, like Lethal Weapon could maybe.
I don't know. I would say you get nothing when it's in, but I mean, I feel like this is always the case. But when you spit out, you definitely get a hint of cherry.
Okay, yeah, I definitely see that, and I think I can compare this to, if we're talking about children and dipping. You know how when you start out fishing, you got your Zebco, your little all compact reel, your 4-foot rod that it's like goes like this whenever like you throw your hot dog out or whatever, and that describes this can, not necessarily a dip, but the can.
Yeah.
Now, when you graduate to your spinning reel, your open face spinning reel on the bottom, this is what you're getting here. It's not full big leagues, but it's not for the absolute pussy either.
No, this is definitely a graduation dip. This is what you go. You've been dipping some very simple stuff your whole life, and
This is your 5th grade dip. You're getting some experience under your belt,
and you're deciding, you know what, I want to try something a little more manly.
A little bit harsher. I'm not sure cherry is a very manly thing to be dipping.
No, but the tobacco quality is not horrible.
I'm not hating the tobacco quality. It is 100% American grown. I just read that on the can.
Yeah.
So I can read.
Yeah.
It's a pinch better.
It is a pinch better. Give it that.
In comparison to what? Everything's relative. It's a pinch better
Than Wolf.
than Timberwolf.
It's about 100 pinches better.
Mm.
No, I feel like this video is very beginner's dip. This is for, if we are comparing this to fishing rods, this is a little toy thing you get. That's your first spinning rod.
Your spinning rod, spinning reel.
Copenhagen, all that. That's your fly rod.
Good shit. Okay. That's your open face casting reel.
Fly rod for me.
No. But fly rod could be a little bit more advanced fishing. That could be your grizzly.
That
could be like
grizzly.
your premium dark or your special flavor. Maybe your Copenhagen natural cut.
I don't really know what to say about this one.
It's actually, I'm getting at least twice the flavor, just flavor overall that I got from the Tough Guy. The Tough Guy kind of sat there. The fat cut was kind of cool, but there wasn't much flavor like we talked about. They're just like, you couldn't hardly taste it on the spit. You could get a little bit of it, but this, I'm pretty consistently tasting cherry, and then on the spit, I'd get quite a bit of cherry taste to it.
To me, it reminds me of those cherry lozenges
Yes, exactly that.
you have when you got the cough, like the Ricola shit.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is bearable. Definitely has a flavor, but like I don't want to be doing this all the time.
Exactly. So, exactly what he said. Whenever you have a cough, just throw in some Skoal cherry. Should heal your cough right up, like exactly what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Again, this has this weird black label on it that says no bad things can come from dipping. It's obviously government regulated, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, it says that this can actually cure cancer.
It does cure cancer. that you may get from bad things like vegetables or
Yeah.
whatever.
Any of that other shit that's bad for you and tastes bad.
See, my idea though is let's define tobacco. Is that not a vegetable? By definition, it's a vegetable.
More of a leaf than a
Well,
vegetable.
Leaves are vegetables.
True.
So I'm eating my vegetables right here. I think that's a good thing.
But vegetables give you cancer.
Well, bad ones do.
True.
Like
Broccoli and all that crap.
lettuce.
Lettuce not good. We're not rabbits.
So you should eat the. I mean, maybe like this might be a good movie theater dip if that's what we're talking about. It's kind of it gives you good flavor. It's some kind of dip when you're doing something. Maybe you're at a movie with your girlfriend or something. It's a shitty chick flick. Back a lip of this,
It's a shitty chick
Spices
flick
it up
with
a
a
bit.
shitty chick.
Mm-hmm.
The chick that you know you don't want to make a move on. You throw this in, she'll never go near you.
Yeah, that's true. Or it's a shitty chick flick with a shitty chick in the movie. In that, like
Oh yeah.
chick flicks, they try to make it sometimes interesting for guys. They throw a hot chick in there. If they didn't do that, you're trying to stay awake. Back a lip of this because you got on the side of your leg you have your holster of 6 or 7 cans, all for different occasions.
Mm-hmm.
So you may add this to the arsenal.
Yeah, this is definitely kind of I'm gonna sit down and relax and enjoy something very, I don't know, childlike flavor.
Yeah, it does bring me back to childhood.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting kind of tolerant to the tobacco now, so I can't really review the head high anymore. But I'm definitely feeling a little something.
Okay. So when was the last time you dipped your standard mint that you talked about?
This morning.
And how was the buzz of that this morning in comparison to this right now?
Well, I threw in 2 pouches of Copenhagen mint because I did it in class and I needed to kind of stay a little incognito. Definitely getting like the shakes to the point where it was kind of hard to write.
The cocaine shakes. Never mind, I didn't say that.
But like this is something you can totally do absolutely anything. I feel like you could play sports with this one in.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
No, because like usually when you have like a man dip in, you need to be sitting down, sipping on a beer or a fine whiskey. This is something you drink a Cosmo or some other pussy shit.
You don't sit down with a scotch neat with a Skoal cherry dip. You just don't.
I feel like that needs to be our next review.
Scotch?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can do that.
We do a fine like gentleman's dip in a nice glass of scotch.
I like it.
Ideas.
Copenhagen Black plus scotch.
I'm very excited.
These are ideas.
So, all in all, don't ever buy Timberwolf. It is probably the shittiest dip we've ever purchased and reviewed and tried in our life.
Never buy it. It's really bad. Never buy that shit.
I'm going to keep this in my backpack like I did the tough guy, so if you really are feeling adventurous and want to try the shittiest dip in the world, I'll have it. But I highly recommend against it.
And I will have this with me, okay, just in case. I mean, I would recommend trying it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot like the tough guy. I feel like all these fruity flavors are ones you've got to try once.
Yeah, try it once. Probably won't like it. Go back to your standard, but branch out a little bit.
Special occasion dip.
Special occasion, maybe celebration. Kind of like a cigar. Kind of like you.
No.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. It's like
this is something you dip at a child's birthday party.
Okay, you dip it at a child's birthday party, or maybe it'd be like a Swisher Sweet cherry. It has a similar flavor to that.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't recommend.
Past that, you wouldn't. I wouldn't. Nah. And I did buy this from Kroger today, and I can't tell you how stupid I felt saying, "Hey, can you go over there and get me please go get me the Skoal cherry." She's like, "What?" Yeah, actually that does exist. Go ahead and it's right over there. Weird can. She's like, "Is this it?" No, that's Copenhagen long cut straight.
The man's dip.
And I'm like, "No, it's over there." She's like, "Oh, cherry."
No one ever buys this.
I'm like, "Yes, it's cherry. Don't make fun of me." But so even she knew that was kind of fruity.
Yeah, you can find both of these at Kroger actually. This one was extremely cheap and for very good reason.
Yeah, I don't know how much this costs. to be honest.
We're billionaires, so it doesn't matter.
Yep.
I know. So, thank y'all for watching. We apologize for the lateness of these videos. We'll try to get back on a normal regimen. We'll start again, not this Monday, but next Monday because we have fall break.
We may throw one in middle next week, though.
Maybe. Keep your eyes out. We'll keep you posted.
That's right. Hey, and always keep the suggestions coming.
Always.
Skullberry, maybe in the future. Maybe Kelshell has it, possibly. So
We'll see. We'll bring you a man's dip. We'll bring a good dip so you guys can actually find something to try.
Absolutely.
Keep it classy.